this is kind of a fun one. I don't know how you feel about Barry Bonds, but apparently the Cardinals were chasing him in 2001, and they had an offer out, but San Francisco matched the offer, and he ends up not signing, obviously in St. Louis. But I think it would have been a fun one if you think about the team with him, Jim Edmonds, Albert Pujols, Scott Rolen, like the amount of firepower on that team would have been incredible.
Yes. So I don't know. Believe so. At that point in time, in 2001, you say.
Yeah, it was the 2001 season
So
or the
Pujols
2001
was
off season.
just on the scene there. That was actually when I think that they had just moved on from McGuire. So this is when the Cardinals kind of had that like money kind of allocated there. Edmonds had been there. I don't think that Roland, I think they acquired sometime that season, maybe during the year. But yes, it would have been good there. What the Cardinals ended up getting at some point in time in there, which was painful about the 2004, was they did get Larry Walker. No, Bonds on the Cardinals, that would have been something else because it is sad that with Barry Bonds with the steroids thing, and I've changed my tune on that as I've grown older on things, but like looking back in my sports fandom history, there's never been a more person better at what they did than Barry Bonds played baseball during the steroid, and it's one of the it's a true cry, like sad story, really. That it's like we can't appreciate this, and I get it on both sides, but it's like this shows the reason why we should care about these things. Because look at what this guy was doing when we knew what he wasn't before, and that was already really good. But I've never seen anybody that was better at what they did than Barry Bonds when he was on, the 73 home run
Hmm.
season or what he was doing. The level that you don't even, the idea that you just need to phase this guy out of the game. We need to find a way for him to not exist and maybe make one mistake and he's still going to get every time you make that mistake, he's going to do it. If he did that for St. Louis, they probably would have won a World Series.
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument, like you said, that he's the one of the best athletes in not just MLB history, but in American history. One of the best people, doing what he does, which is knocking the ball out of the park. So, I think steroids aside, I think if he wasn't an asshole, he'd be in the Hall of Fame, which I think
It's
is unfortunate. But yeah, it's also sad the way his career ended, where I don't think he ever really officially retired. They just teams colluded not to sign him after I think it
right.
was the '07 season. So just it's a real bummer how that went down.